What's going on, Yu-Gi-Oh community? VJUMP Paladin back here with another recap video, and in this video we're going to be talking about so much news that this might actually be a long video. We are going to be talking about the last reveals of the Animation Chronicle set. We're also going to be discussing a bunch of reveals for the upcoming Darkwing Blast core booster set, and we're also going to be discussing the new cards that were revealed in the Crystal Beast structure deck that will be coming out later this year. That and so much more news, guys. So this will probably be a very long video, so if you guys want to skip around, I'll leave the timestamps in the description down below if you want to just move around. But hopefully you guys stay throughout the video. So the first thing we are going to be talking about are the reveals, leaks of Legendary Duelist Season 3. All the rarities have been confirmed, brought to you by these images here. And there are some pretty good things in here. For one, yes, Magician Souls is an ultra rare in the core set. I'm sorry, in this set. And it is not going to be a secret rare promo, but there is going to be a Liquid Soldier secret rare promo, as well as the Magician Servant. And those are pretty good cards. I really do like that. Now, I do wish we got a Dark Calling super rare, or I'm sorry, an ultra rare, but sadly, this is not going to be it. But nonetheless, there's still some pretty good cards in there. This set is more than likely to be good because it has the main protagonist in there. The dice are really cool as well. I believe there was a Dark Magician dice. I'll try to put an image of it if I can find it. But I would love to collect just a bunch of the hero dice and just like have 6 of them in my deck box just for the hell of it. But yeah, what do you guys think about the set? Are you happy about it? Do you wish they had more imports in here? Because they do have the secret rare imports as well, like the new Mystical Elf card, as well as some Kaiser Glider and some other cards. And I like it, you know. I'm fine with it. I might pick up a couple of them, maybe to try to get that hero dice. And I don't know if I would run the secret Liquid Soldier just because I love my ultra rare. But I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions about the Legendary Duelist Season 3. Next up, we're going to be talking about a new VJUMP promo card that was revealed to us. So this came out of nowhere. I don't even remember if they actually revealed this card a while ago. But this is, and I apologize if I butchered the name here, Adalaria of the Moonlight Water. It can be utilized in such decks like the Crystal Beast, Marincess, and any other decks that really have face-up cards in their Spell and Trap zones. Now, I did see people talk about this card being like a good Crystal Beast support card. I really don't see it, just because I'd rather utilize my Crystal Beast in the Spell Trap zone than sending them to the graveyard just to dump a monster from the deck to the graveyard. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm missing something here, but I could definitely see this card being utilized in such other decks like Marincess, maybe Infernoble Knights, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But what do you guys think about this card? It's okay, but I honestly do not remember this card being revealed, so I do apologize about that if I've never posted it on my Instagram, because I had no idea about this card. Before we get into all the reveals of the Darkwing core booster set, we're going to be talking about the name drop of the next core booster set that's after that literally came out at the time there was only 8 cards revealed for this upcoming core booster set. Now, that name is going to be Photon Hypernova. That is right. We are getting Photon support. No surprise whatsoever. This was going to be the Zexal covered card box, so I was kind of curious which one they were going to go with. Yeah, it was going to be Photons. Like, yeah. So, I am curious to see if Photons will be competitive. Will it be kind of like Blue Eyes when Shining Victories came out? I kind of want to see that happen, but I don't know. They kind of like been making some kind of cards that just aren't as good, but hopefully Photons definitely will. And Galaxy Eyes, Photons would actually be, you know, kind of like a rogue deck. I actually would like to see that happen for that archetype. But what kind of support would you guys like to see in the upcoming core booster set, Photon Hypernova? Now, getting into all of the Darkwing Blast set, oh man, we had so much reveals throughout the whole week. Let's start off with the 3 new Naturia cards that were revealed to us. Now, we got 2 main deck monsters, one of which is kind of like a Lone Fire Blossom. If your opponent controls the highest attack monster in the field, you can tribute it, special summon to 2 Naturia Beasts from your deck and also from your graveyard. It has a graveyard recurrence, I'm sorry, and it's okay. I'm not very familiar with the Naturia cards, so like let me know about these cards if they're actually really good for the archetype, like, because please enlighten me. I have actually no idea. The other is a Foolish Burial on summon, has an effect pseudo of the tribute cost, so it can just take the cost by, I think, sending a card from your deck to the graveyard of a Naturia monster, and it special summons from the graveyard if your opponent summons a monster, so that's kind of cool. Lastly, the spell, it lets you either special summon a Naturia beast from your hand or graveyard, immediately synchro summon, or fusion summon using at least a Naturia monster. Once again, don't know about Naturias really, so let me know in the comment section if these cards actually help out the archetype, or do they make them splashable in any way. I have no idea. Like, please enlighten me, like I said. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Vernalizer Fairy cards getting 3 new cards in Darkwing Blast. Now, these cards introduced us to a brand new boss monster that could take control of an opponent's monster and make it an Earth type. Also, lets you special summon an Earth monster from your graveyard during your opponent's turn. And finally, when you have 5 or more Earth monsters, you can negate an opponent's monster effect and destroy it. Kind of a cool monster, I'm not going to lie. And then we also have the other monster. It has the same cost as all the other Vernalizer Fairy monsters, and by doing so, it lets you search an Earth Fairy monster from your deck and special summons an Earth monster from your graveyard. And its regular effect is that all monsters lose 600 attack except Vernalizer Fairy monsters. And finally, we got a field spell that was shown to us, and it gives a power boost while you control 5 or more Earth monsters. It turbos out the new boss monster, and it bounces monsters to the hand from the field or graveyard when a Vernalizer Fairy monster is special summoned from the graveyard. These cards are not that bad. I do know that Vernalizer Fairies are coming out in the Power of the Elements set, which actually has a premiere date in the TCG of July 30th to the 31st. So if you guys are looking to pick up Vernalizer Fairies, maybe these cards might interest you into like building that deck. It's kind of cool, but again, I'm not too familiar with it. I have not been seeing too much of these in the OCG, so it's like I'm kind of like not in the know about these. But for you Vernalizer Fairy players, what do you guys think about these? And do you like the new boss monster? Do you like the field spell? I think the boss monster is kind of cool, and at least the field spell lets you turbo that out. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Next up, we're going to be talking about the new Tearalament as well as the Visa Starfrost support that's coming out in this set. So Tearalament came out in the Power of the Elements set, and no surprise, they were going to get some more support. And no surprise here that Visa Starfrost was going to be included in here because Visa Starfrost is the new Fallen of all boss in this era of core booster sets. So let's get into those cards here. We got a brand new fusion monster that basically protects aqua monsters from battle, negates a card's activation that special summons a monster while you also sending a Tearalament card from your hand or field to the graveyard. And if it's sent to the graveyard by an effect, you can immediately special summon it back while it was fusion summoned. So you cannot bring it back after you had already brought it back because it's no longer fusion summoned. So that's a really good card. I do like that. We also got the Tearalament's Grief. It lets you turbo out a Tearalament or Visa Starfrost from your deck, but you also have to send a monster with the same type or attribute you control to the graveyard afterwards. So if you don't have any other monsters on your field and you activate this, summon out like Visa Starfrost or Tearalament, you have to send that one to the graveyard because, well, you have no other option. So that's still cool. I like it. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, you can recycle a banished Tearalament trap card. We also have the Tearalament's Heartbeat. It bounces back 1 spell or trap on the field to the deck, or 2 if you control Visa Starfrost. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, you can recycle a Tearalament's trap card from your graveyard to your hand. I like that. I like the recursion, the recyclings of these effects, and I do like them. I do like these secondary effects, but you can only use the effects once each per turn, so you can only choose one or the other one, so you cannot use both of them. And then lastly, we have the Tearalament Scream. It's a continued spell card that lets you send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, decreases an opponent's monster's attack after a monster is normal or special summoned while you control a Tearalament or a Beast of Starfrost. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, you can add a Tearalament trap from your deck to your hand. What's also interesting to note is that Tearalament is performing pretty well in the OCG, and it could actually take over the meta, possibly after Splight. I'll get into that one a little bit later in the video, but it's picking up pretty cool in the OCG, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to do here in the TCG because the formats are always different, so you can't really base them off of each other. Finally, moving on to the last reveals, we got introduced to a brand new archetype whose names I'm going to butcher because I really don't know if I'm pronouncing this name correctly, and that archetype is the Kshatri-la. Again, if that's not the correct name, I do apologize. I'll just try to just shorten them as soon as possible. But they're all level 7 psychic monsters that can special summon themselves from the hand when you don't control a monster. And each of them have a specific search effect during your main phase. And each of them have a different trigger effect when they attack or your opponent activates a monster effect that lets you either banish a face-up card your opponent controls face down, look at your opponent's extra deck and banish one of those cards face down, or excavate the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and banish one of those cards face down and return the rest to the top of the deck in the same order. All of them have to do with banishing cards face down, which is very important to the archetype, and we'll get to that one. With this one, they have a rank 7 Xyz monster that lets you, it's more of a defensive tactic monster, but it lets you turbo out another one of their archetypes Kshatri-la. I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly, but it lets you turbo out one of them from your deck during each standby phase, which is insane because it gives you some interactions during your opponent's turn. It lets you block an unused monster or spell in trap zone each time an opponent's card is banished face down while this card is on the field. So you could just potentially shut off your opponent's entire field, really. If you can do it, like, you can do some pretty insane combos with that. And also, it has a protection effect from battle card effects by detaching a material. So a really cool boss monster. But once again, this is more of a defensive monster because it has 0 attack points, but a big defense points. Makes a lot of sense. Going quickly through the spells and traps, we have a continuous spell that lets you normal summon level 7 monsters with no tributes. Special summon a non-Xyz Kshatri monster from monster that is banished or in your graveyard. And banish 3 cards in your opponent's graveyard when they activate a spell or an effect. Then we have prepared, which lets you special summon a Kshatri-la monster from your hand or that is banished. And when your opponent activates a trap while you control a Kshatri-la monster, you can look at your opponent's hand and banish one of those cards face down. I really do like this archetype. It's really cool. I do like the Turbo Wing, the first monster. Wow, that's a really good card, and I could actually see that being splashed into other decks because you don't have to really rely on, you needing to have another Kshatri-la monster on the field to utilize its third effect, its trigger effect. You could just attack and then just banish one of the cards and then redeclare an attack if you banish the monster. That's pretty insane. I do like this, and I'm very curious to see how these cards will fare when they come out in the OCG, but then the TCG very differently. I just want to see if any OCG decks can actually build something here. Alongside these cards reveals, we also did have some new Scareclaw cards that just randomly got revealed alongside them, and I'm not gonna lie, they're not really what I kind of expected with these cards. So some reason, like, we're gonna talk quickly about these spells. In my opinion, they're just not really that great. If anything, they could it recycles their field spell from the graveyard to the hand or face up, and then you can just activate it again. Or it recycles a Scareclaw card in your graveyard to the hand, but there needs to be 3 or more defense position monsters on the field to activate this effect, or in the graveyard. You have to banish it from the graveyard. And lastly, their trap is an Icarus attack, or banishes them if you control a Visa Starfrost. And its graveyard effect lets you shut off the activated effects of Link monsters on the field for the rest of the turn, but you have to control a Link 3 or higher monster to use this effect in the graveyard. Now, I understand that because the Link 3 Scareclaw monster doesn't have an activated effect. I think it's a continuous effect, so it won't be negated. And it makes sense because they can only, it makes you shut off Link monsters. And I think that's cool, but we need a more main deck monsters. And I hope we do get more main deck monsters revealed in the set, but it's not looking too good. And I kind of hope they get more monsters. Maybe I'm judging these cards a little bit too harshly, but what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about all these Darkwing Blast reveals? Do you like them? Which one was your favorite? Mine kind of was the Kshatri-la monsters, and I did like the Tearalament cards. I'm very excited for anything really that is related to that whole Beast of Starfrost kind of thing. But again, new Scareclaw monsters. That's all I really want to see in this set as well. Moving on to the Animation Chronicles, we got the final cards revealed. First, we're going to be talking about the Morptronic cards that were revealed in here. I'm not gonna lie, I am not a fan of these cards. I was really disappointed with these cards, but maybe I'm judging them a little too harshly and I'm missing something with them. Especially the one that lets you search out an equip spell card. I guess that's kind of cool. But their trap card, on the other hand, is actually a really good card. It's just that it's not terrible, but I don't expect it to see much play either. And funny that it lets you special summon a monster in defense position because they probably don't want to have any more loops with Telephon. I completely understand that. Telephon is insane, and maybe they just don't want to have you get more Cellphon cards. I don't know, but it's just, I just don't know. I do not know. I was kind of expecting more. Next, we're going to be moving on to some dual monster reveals. We have cards like Dragon Nails, a card used by Rex Raptor in the Duelist Kingdom art, and I believe Joey used it as well, but I can't remember when. It might have been in the same arc, to be completely honest. And we have some other cards from the Dungeon Dice monsters, which is actually really cool because I just rewatched that arc, well, those 4 episodes, and we do have the new monster that got revealed to us, which is Thunderball, a monster that Yugi used, and for some reason, it's a fiend monster instead of a machine. More than likely because they didn't want to machine dupe this card because you can basically blast 3 columns while this card's on the field. I guess that makes a lot of sense. But it does have a dice effect, so it could be special summon with the Dimension Dice that's coming out in the same set. Next, we're going to be moving on to a GX era card that I really do like, just mainly because of the artwork, which is Battle of Sleeping Spirits, which was used by Jaden in his duel with Braun, Mad King of Dark World in the Season 3. And I mean, I like the artwork, and it's a Elemental Hero Neo support card, so it can be searched out with the new Neo support that's coming out in Power of the Elements. And it's not too bad, but again, I'm probably not going to be seeing any play of this card whatsoever, but I have no idea what to really say about it. But one very disappointing thing to note is that none of the other Hidden Treasure cards of Yanagi's deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds got into this set. We got Crystal Skull on the cover of the pack, but we only got the Stonehenge and the Doll spell card. Where's the Ashoka Pillar? Where's the Triangle Low? And I forgot what the other one's called, but like, where was this? Oh, and that Totem Pole trap card. Like, I was expecting to see the rest of the cards in here, so kind of a waste to have the Crystal Skull on the front of there when you could have had Advanced Crystal Beast, but whatever. So, what do you guys think about Animation Chronicles, and will you guys be wanting to pick this up when it comes out in Battles of Legend Crystal's Revenge? Next up, we're talking about OTS 19, finally getting all the Ultimate Rares revealed, and I got some thoughts about them. So, the Ultimate Rares, which we knew about, was Fallen Vault Boss, but the other two that were revealed were Water Enchantress of the Temple and Skill Drain. I don't know about that. Now, the supers are okay. We got DDD reprints as well as some upgrades like the Berfelmet, and Forbidden Chalice is alright. But honestly, I'm disappointed with this set and surprised that they did not have any super rare upgrades for cards like Draco Bag or the Sword Soul Blackout. And the tokens, which we did get revealed a little bit later, they're not that good either. There's like, what was this? I'm just not all excited for this. I think this might not be that great of a set. Water Enchantress is cool, but like, honestly, like, I don't know what the thought process was. I'm just not processing this well. What do you guys think about OTS 19? And are you guys happy or disappointed like I am? Things are about to change in the OCG right now because their ban list just dropped. And man, did they really hit Splight. So, if you guys haven't heard, the new OCG Banlist did come out, and they banned Totally Awesome and Hulky Fibrax, which are main essential cards to the Splight archetype. They also banned Vanity's Emptiness, and I believe I heard this is because of Adignisters being able to set it, and when they set it, their opponents cannot get over the arrival, so it kind of creates that little lock there, I guess. That's what I'm hearing, but I'm not entirely sure if that's actually true. There was also a lot of other cards that were like limited, unbanned. Raigeki is now back to 3, so proving it is not really that much of a threat because it's not searchable or anything whatsoever. And with these changes, they even hit branded. So with these changes, this kind of paves the way for the tier elements to kind of take over the meta. Like I was mentioning earlier, with the new reveals and them actually performing very well now, I think they could take over, but who knows? Maybe Splight can bounce back up. Even though their main cards did get banned, I'm curious to know, will they be able to like bounce back from it? And I'm just like really curious to see how the OCG is going to shape up now. Will people just be playing tier elements, or will they still try to make Splight work? I'm very curious to see what that goes. And I just wonder what the TCG impact is going to be. Will we be getting like Totally Awesome banned when the Splight does come out? Will we finally get Hulky Fibrax banned? Because I'm pretty sure they'll get banned eventually, but who knows? I'm curious to know what you guys think about this, and what kind of implications do you think this will have on the TCG after Splight come out, though, of course. So we got a few months to like actually have ban list predictions. The Holiday Box 2022 set that was revealed to us a while ago has officially got a new name and the actual packaging of this, and this set is called Magnificent Mavens, or Mama. I kid you not. That's more than likely going to be the short abbreviation that's going to be on those cards. And it makes sense because they're all waifu cards in there. So we got, if you guys don't know about these, this is coming out. These were from the shiny boxes in the OCG, which gave support to Sky Strikers, Mayakashis, as well as Witchcrafters. And as you guys will see on this box art here, we actually got the new Ishizu cards that were revealed in the, I forgot what it was called. I think it was like I can't remember what it's called actually, but they did have some really cool promos in there. Oh, I'm sorry, it had a VJUMP promo as well. I think it was like a floodgate searcher, so you could search out like your skill drain, their could be 1, I think summon limit, stuff like that. And maybe it could be imported in here. Now they also did confirm some reprints in here like BLS, Soldier of Chaos, Trap Chick Sarah, Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, and Sword Soul Moe. And I just like, it's not really selling it to me. I not that invested with it. I know you're gonna get sleeves depending on like which ones you get. So I believe there are 6 different types of sleeves, 2 of each archetype from the Sky Strikers, Witchcrafters, as well as Maikashi. But it's just not selling it for me whatsoever. What do you guys think about this? And will you be picking up Mama when it comes out? Speaking of packaging, we finally got the package reveal of the Battles of Legend Crystal Revenge. And I absolutely love it. It is the advanced Crystal Beasts that are going to be on here, the dark side of the rainbow. I really do like it just because, again, I'm a GX fanboy. What can I say? And I'm probably going to be... I can't even talk right now. I'm probably going to be putting it up on my bookshelf alongside with the display of the Crystal Beast structure deck. And I just really do like this. I am going to get a case of this. And hopefully, I would like to see them be secret rares or Ruby Carbuncle, the original Ruby Carbuncle, get reprinted as a secret rare. And I just have like... I have so much high hopes for this. I just hope like Sapphire and the Ruby Carbuncle Advanced Crystal Beast versions are secret rares. And I just love the box art. But finally, getting into the Crystal Beast reveals from the upcoming structure deck, which will be the last cards we're going to be talking about. We have 2 new cards, one being a quick play spell card, the other being a continuous trap card. The quick play spell card is Awakening of the Crystal Lord. You basically reveal an ultimate crystal monster in your hand to either take a bridge card from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. So this works with Rainbow Bridge or Bridge of Salvation, which does have the graveyard effects, but really we're going to be using Foolish Burial of Goods with that. But it also has the other option effect is that you can special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard, or in your spell and trap zone. But if you control an ultimate crystal monster, you can actually use both effects. Now, I do like this card. I like it because you can actually utilize this a lot with the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon because you get to add an ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. So it makes it a lot easier. However, they still ignored Banished. Like, Advanced Crystal Beasts actually used Banished. So why couldn't the regular Crystal Beast be able to special summon one of your Banished ones back? So it's fine. It's whatever. But at least we got one to turbo out from the deck. Now, we do have Crystal Brilliance as a continuous trap card. You could only control one of these, and it gives a major power boost to all the Crystal Beasts equal to the defense points, making them basically big beaters when they get summoned. Like, even if Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise gets summoned, that's a 2600 attack point monster as long as this trap card is on the field. But if a Crystal Beast is placed in your spell trap zone, you can send this card to the graveyard to special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand or graveyard and have any damage you would take that turn. Not a very good effect. If it had a graveyard effect, cool, but I don't want to send this card to the graveyard if it makes my Crystal Beast actually have higher attack points. Like, what? No, I'd rather keep this card on the field, and if you want to utilize something better, use Crystal Conclave, I guess. But it's just not, like, it should have had a graveyard effect instead of using this to send it to the graveyard, because there goes all your big beaters, and Emerald Tortoise is back to 600 attack points. So what do you guys think about the Crystal Beast reveals, and were you guys excited to see even more reveals? Because I think we're going to get 2 more cards, I think, or at the very least 1 more card. And I think it's a trap card. And with that, guys, that is all the reveals this week. And like I said, so much news dropped. So thank you if you got this far in the video. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new content gets delivered. And I will try to do some more videos as soon as possible. But I don't know if I'm going to probably do them all in a recap video because there's a lot of news, so maybe I'll just make like back to the individual videos and just like talk about it. But if you guys like the recap videos, let me know in the comment section because I will keep doing them if you do like them. And let me know if there's anything I can like improve upon these. And again, I try to make it shorter, but when we get so much news, I do have to talk about it. And I'm making the video too much dang long right now as it is. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.